Impeachment Article 15, prepared by Free Speech for People. Impeding and obstructing efforts to secure United States elections and protect against cyber attacks in his conduct of the office of President of the United States, Donald John Trump, in violation of his constitutional oath faithfully to execute the office of President of the United States and, to the best of his ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States, and in violation of his constitutional duty to take care that the laws be faithfully executed, has prevented, obstructed, and impeded the administration of justice, in that Donald John Trump, using the powers of his high office, engaged personally and through his close subordinates and agents, in a course of conduct or plan designed to impede and obstruct efforts to secure U.S. elections. The means used to implement this course of conduct or plan included one or more of the following. 1. He has ordered the Apolitical Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, to halt all its election security work pending a review of its work assisting state and local officials to secure their elections and combat disinformation over the past 8 years, blocked funding for a group committed to coordinating election security efforts in the elections community, and fired 130 CISA cybersecurity professionals, thereby harming national security and undermining key coordination efforts. Between election Eric Geller, top U.S. election security watchdog forced to stop election security work, Wired.com, February 14, 2025. See 6 U.S.C. Section 652 C.E. Identifying responsibilities of the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. 2. Through Attorney General Pam Bondi, he has disbanded the FBI task force assigned to investigate unlawful foreign influence in U.S. politics and elections, which investigated influence originating from Russia, China, Iran, and other foreign governments. 3. He has blocked CISA and the FBI from investigating and responding swiftly to interference in U.S. election systems or foreign government misinformation campaigns, despite knowing about, benefiting from, or participating in actions that leave U.S. elections uniquely vulnerable to foreign and domestic threats. Namely, a Russian interference in the 2016 election was sweeping and systematic, and foreign entities carried out information warfare via social media. Pal Barker, firing of 130 CISA staff worries cybersecurity industry, CSO, February 21, 2025. Rebecca Beach, DOJ disbands Foreign Influence Task Force, unit tasked with seizing Russian oligarchs' asset, The Hill, February 7, 2025. Hussein and Eric Tucker, Trump's Justice Department ends Biden-era task force aimed at seizing assets of Russian oligarchs. AP News, February 6, 2025. Ollie Swenson and Christina A. Cassidy, dismantling of federal efforts to monitor election interference creates opening for foreign meddling. AP News, February 16, 2025. Using misinformation campaigns that benefited and in some cases coordinated with Trump's own campaign. Our nation's intelligence agencies concluded with high confidence that Russia carried out a multifaceted assault on the 2016 election, featuring disclosure of data obtained through Russian cyber operations, intrusions into U.S. state and local electoral boards, and overt propaganda, which was aimed at undermining public faith in the U.S. democratic process. Russia, Iran, and China continue to attempt to influence U.S. elections. To interfere in U.S. elections have continued, via hacking, including efforts by Iranian-linked hackers to target individuals tied to all three major 2024 candidates, Trump, Biden, and Harris, and utilizing artificial intelligence and social media to spread foreign government propaganda and disinformation, including by Special Counsel Robert S. Mueller. 3. Report on the investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election, U.S. Department of Justice, Volume 1, March. Mueller. 3. Report on the investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election, U.S. Department of Justice, Volume 2, March 2019. Russia's influence campaign targeting the 2016 U.S. presidential election, Office of the Director of National Intelligence, ICA 2017-01D, January 6, 2017. Placing blame for the Russian invasion of Ukraine on Ukraine. The election officials and operatives in 8 U.S. locales across the country associated with efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 election, some of whom have close ties with Trump, have unlawfully breached voting systems and obtained copies of voting machine software and other sensitive data. The software and data have been shared with a wide network of other parties, any of whom might use their illegitimate access to develop ways to exploit the software, thereby undermining the security of our election systems. These systems are still being used in these and see United States versus Kalashnikov, sealed indictment, case number 24 CR 519, SDNY September 4, 2024. Shannon Bond, Meta takes down more accounts tied to Iranian hackers targeting the U.S. elections, NPR, August 23, 2024. Ellen Nakashima, Russia's election influence efforts show sophistication, officials say, Washington Post, September 7, 2024. David Nakamura et al., Justice Department charges 2 Russian media operatives in alleged scheme, Washington Post, September 4, 2024. Alexandra Ulmer and Nathan Lane, Trump allies breach U.S. voting systems in search of 2020 fraud evidence, Reuters, April 28, 2022, other counties and states. As president of a country facing an unprecedented threat of foreign and domestic interference in U.S. elections and in receipt of incontrovertible proof that foreign and domestic entities have the resources, tools, and capacity to hack our election systems and the email systems of high-level officials, and to spread disinformation and propaganda via social media platforms, Trump has terminated cybersecurity experts and ceased the functioning of an agency committed to protecting our countries. Cybersecurity and U.S. elections from cyber attacks. And has undermined the capacity and independence of the FBI and DOJ to investigate and prosecute cybersecurity attacks and other incursions by foreign entities into U.S. elections. In all of this, Donald John Trump has acted in a manner contrary to his trust as president and subversive of constitutional government, to the great prejudice of the cause of law and justice and to the manifest injury of the people of the United States. Wherefore Donald John Trump, by such conduct, warrants impeachment and trial, and removal from office.